right, guys, we have two beautiful brand new Rosecraft blades here that would top off any traditional collection. In my opinion, your traditional collection is not complete without a cotton sampler style blade. We're going to talk more about the pattern. We're going to talk about these specific ones and when they drop. So stick around on the channel for sure. So what we have here is the Rosecraft Mill Creek Cotton Sampler in red sandalwood and black sandalwood. These are dropping on January 1st at 8 p.m. at dealers, 8 a.m. at dealers and noon at Rosecraft. So I'm going to tell you guys, check these out at traditionalpocketknives.com at 8 a.m. on the 1st and use code KnivesFast10 for 10% off. If you wait for Rosecraft, use code KnivesFast and that'll get you that same 10% off. And these already start off at $63. So 10% off of that. Pretty fantastic. Now we have D2 blades like we always have on the Rosecraft knives. And in this case, this is the black sandalwood. You have what they're calling the Rose Bomb Shield. And we have pins like you would have had on this style of pattern. This looks like a Sheffield. And as a matter of fact, the cotton sampler actually dates back to an original Sheffield pattern that was called something else, but it was an agriculture blade. So the history of this is that it was a different knife and then it was made slightly different. And Andy kind of put his take on it here with a big swedge and more of a spay point blade to it here. But it was used by cotton buyers to go where there were bales of cotton and literally dig the cotton out of the bale and roll it on their thumb. But I have read where these are used by many people as skinning blades, and you can see where that would be perfect for a skinning blade, and you could choke up and really get in there. And then also just as sort of an agriculture knife, for cutting, heads of lettuce off or, cutting an apple off a tree or whatever it is you want to do. I think this would work really, really well. You do have contoured scales. You do have a stainless steel frame here with a beautiful stainless steel back spring. Very well done. Now, these are made in China. We do not know who Rosecraft's manufacturer is, but they do a fantastic job. Sorry, guys, I am dealing with a cold here. Really beautiful. Here's the red sandalwood. And yes, I've already scratched this poor guy. That would be my fault. But anyway, you have this beautiful short bolster here with a single flute. There is your information there from Rosecraft. Again, D2 steel. Beautiful, beautiful wood on these. Great 4-finger grip. You do have a nail nick on one side, but for me, I haven't used the nail nick. I pinched these guys open. You do have a half stop, and you can see there, there's your back spring, and it is flush open, half stop, and closed. Very cool. Now, these are much lighter than a lot of the Rosecrafts have been. Now, this one, is pretty good. This one, on the other hand, is a little bit lighter. And as a matter of fact, on close, you can see it's very lazy on that final close. So I'm not sure if it just needs a little oil or needs to work in or if it's just really soft on that one. But this one is much more appropriate for the style I like. I would still, though, call this about a 5.5 to 6, and this one more like a 5 to 5.5. They are both dead center. Let's see. Yep, dead center. Very nice in the hand. Great 4-finger grip. How does this guy cut? The cardboard's not really the material this guy's going to be used to, but we'll try it anyway. Let's see. So far, not so good. There we go. That was me kind of just trying to get the orientation and all that stuff of how you best slice with this. But to me, this is not what I would normally expect to use this knife for. There we go. See, I told you, it's me. But it is what it is. Nice, beautiful satin finish. You do have this flat back here for getting your thumb out here or your finger out here. Probably what they did was they sort of choked up like this and again pulled that cotton out and kind of did the the thing here. But you can choke up on that flat spot, or you can be back here. So you have plenty of ways to grip this knife properly. Now let's talk about the specs again. They are $63. Again, I would check on traditional pocket knives at 8 a.m. on the 1st. And you can go both to there and TPK, and Rosecraft, and sign up for the notification of when they're in stock. Let's do specs here. Okay, so it's a 3-inch D2 blade, 3.9 inches closed, 6.9 inches overall, weighs 3 ounces, designed by Andy Armstrong. Really, really cool. Here we go. We'll just give you, wow. The Rosecraft that was right before this, the farmhand. Here is the farmhand for comparison. It's roughly the same length knife. And then if we go ahead and do our Ontario Rat 1, it's going to be quite a bit bigger. And our Rat 2 is going to be about the same size. So there you go. That is a great comparison because it's actually very, very close to the same size. Now, what I was saying, guys, most of you already know this, but some of you might not. Most of the Rosecraft knives are based on very traditional patterns. That's how Andy is able to sort of come out with these one at a time, because these are existing patterns that are out there, and he's finding these patterns and putting his own take on them, and then he is putting these on the market for you guys. What is so cool is he's developing a catalog, just like Sheffield would have, or any of the older slip joints like GEC has done, like any of the slip joint manufacturers, Case and others would have done. So he's developing, we've now got sort of a sodbuster or farmhand. We've got, everything from a gun stock pattern to a cotton sampler now. You name it, he's Barlow's. He's done one of everything. So I think that's fantastic, because for what amounts to, if you use my code, somewhere in the $50 range, you can really, per knife, build a collection of these traditional patterns that, have been going on for years and years and years and years. And I think that's super cool. And again, the fit and finish is always really good. The way they look, the way they feel, there's never any gapping in the ones we get. Look how, a lot of times on a lot of knives, you'll see gapping around those pins. This is just utter perfection, in my opinion. It just is very, very cool indeed. So there you go, guys. Again, these go on sale January 1st, 2025, 8 a.m. at traditionalpocketknives.com, $63, 10% off with code KNIVESFAST10. And at noon later that same day at Rosecraft, again, 10% off there with code KNIVESFAST. So what do you guys think of these? Hopefully you enjoy them. Looking at them, let me know. Are you a traditional knife person? Are these something that appeals to you? I know this is a very hyped traditional pattern that a lot of people really, really, really like. So I would love to hear from you on that. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to all. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.